Imagine it's 30 years from now. You're recovering from knee replacement surgery. It's a fairly minor operation, but after a few days you begin to feel unwell. The doctor does some tests to see what's causing the problem. The results come back. You're infected with a superbug, a bacteria that's resistant to all known antibiotics. It gets worse. You develop a fever, a bloodstream infection, and still there are no drugs that can help. Eventually your body can no longer fight the infection and you die. For a few patients today, this is already a reality. In the future, this could become commonplace. A simple surgical procedure could become a major operation without antibiotics to prevent and treat infection. The increase in antibiotic-resistant bacteria, the rise of the superbugs, is something that has featured heavily in the media. The Chief Medical Officer, Dame Sally Davis, described the problem as a ticking time bomb that could pose as big a risk to the nation as terrorism. The 2014 World Health Organization report describes how a post-antibiotic era, far from being an apocalyptic fantasy, is instead a very real possibility for the 21st century. In order to stop this, we need new antibiotics, and fast. We also need to find ways to prevent resistance to the drugs that we already have. I work with bacteria from real hospital infections, investigating how they are resistant to antibiotics. I have found that these bacteria form what we call a biofilm. This is a mat of bacteria encased in a sticky substance produced by the bugs themselves. This allows them to stick to surfaces outside the body and inside the body, and once they're encased in this cement-like material, it's very difficult for them to be eradicated. Bacteria also have efflux pumps, vacuum cleaners that sit in the cellular membrane and suck up and pump out toxic substances. This means that as soon as antibiotics get into the cell, they're pumped straight back out again before they can do their job. I have found that these efflux pumps are also needed to form a biofilm. I am now finding ways to block these pumps by looking for compounds that inhibit their activity. This will prevent the bacteria from forming a biofilm and also stop antibiotics from being pumped out. This means that drugs that are currently inactive against biofilm-forming superbugs can be used once more. Fast forward again to 30 years' time. The results come back. It's a bacterial infection. A week's course of the new antibiotic, Wonderkill, and you're back to your normal, healthy self. With more antibiotic-resistant research, hopefully this will be the picture for the future.